Welcome back, Truth Seeker. May 20th, 2019. It's the date with 44 and 64 numerology. And every month when this date numerology pattern rolls around, there's stories of suspicious deaths. And one of those stories is of a 22-year-old woman who recently just graduated from college who collapsed during the Cleveland Marathon and was pronounced dead when she arrived at the hospital. And what's interesting is this was the 44th edition of the Cleveland Marathon that she died at. And, I'll encourage anybody who's new here to pause this video and look up the song Murder by Numbers and listen to that song very carefully. Killing someone's as simple as putting a little something something in somebody's drink, and killing people's as simple as ABC 123, which is a reference to the code of Gematria. Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. Just yesterday in the headlines, there was the death of a 22-year-old daughter of a band member of the band Slipknot, a band that has a song called Gematria, the killing name. And Gematria is absolutely used again and again in the ritual murder of people. And I have no doubt that this young woman was ritually murdered. She didn't die from heat exhaustion, which just sounds like a load of bullshit. What 22-year-old dies from heat exhaustion? Give me a break. This day and age with ambulance and just no, doesn't happen. Plus, she was an athlete. Give me a break. I'm going to show you what really happened here. So, May 19th, 2019, the day she died. Date was 63 and 36 numerology. She was part of the athletics department at the Walsh Cavaliers. And when you think Cavaliers in Cleveland, you obviously think of the basketball team. But notice, Cavaliers equals 36. She died on a date with 36 numerology. And a marathon. Marathon equals 36. And with regards to the 63 date numerology, she went to Walsh. Walsh is 63. Cavaliers is 63. The nickname Cavs is 63. We called the rigged college basketball championship for the Virginia Cavaliers to win it 2 months before the championship was played. They advanced to the championship game with 63 points, not by accident. And you'll notice in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers finished with 63 losses this year and 19 wins in 2019, not by accident. This code is used for so many things: to contrive propaganda, to rig sports, to rig elections, to murder people. This is the code of the elite, just like the song Murder by Numbers says killing is the sport of the elite. And in case you are new here, in case you're a student at Walsh, here's a little education. There's 4 ciphers you need to know. The alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. That's where Cavaliers equals 90. The next cipher is the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. So you still use the alphabetic order, but you compress each letter to a single digit number. So for example, Z, the 26th letter, the numerology of 26 is 2 plus 6 is 8. Y, the 25th letter, would become 2 plus 5 is 7. Notice, A, the first letter, it's 1 in both because it's already a single digit. B, 2 in both, it changes it. J, the 10th letter. The numerology of 10 is 1 plus 0 is 1. The next cipher is the alphabetic order in reverse. Z is 1, back to A is 26, and the last cipher is the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. You want to know these ciphers forwards and backwards. This is what's used every single day for so much deception. So, what else is interesting about the Cleveland Cavaliers, who finished with 63 losses this year? And just in case you doubt that, let's just pull up the NBA standings real quick. Let's pull up the standings real quick. The Cleveland Cavaliers this year, 19 wins, 63 losses. How nice. And maybe just in case you forgot about the college basketball tournament, let's see if we can pull up the bracket here and see how the Cavaliers advanced with 63 points to the college championship. Let's see. Should be right here. And of course, they won with 85 points, February 8th, when we talked about how it was rigged for Virginia, we talked about 85. Basketball equals 85. The first March Madness in 85. Where's the bracket at? Let's see. Okay, here we go. So Virginia, where's their bracket? Right here. The Final Four, Virginia beat Auburn with 63 points to go to the championship where they won with 85. And again, the first March Madness was in 85. It's because basketball equals 85. And if you can recall, it was the riddle with Justin Fairfax, whose name equaled 85, that gave away that Virginia was the team to win the college championship. The Virginia lieutenant governor, the news broke about him raping a woman at Duke exactly 59 days before the rigged championship game. So anyway, learn the code, understand the ciphers. It'd be light years ahead in this world. So here's the woman of the young woman. She's wearing a Walsh sports jersey. You can see she's number 19. She died on the 19th. It's 2019. And this news is coming May 20th, 2019, which happens to be a date with 19 numerology. Her last name is Ceepo or Keepo. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but regardless, her last name has a gematria value of 19. Today's date, May 20th, 19, also a date with 44 numerology. Her last name also has 44 gematria, and she died in the 44th edition of the Cleveland Marathon. Notice it was established in 1976. Don't be the genius who says, that was 43 years ago, so this is the 43rd marathon. You'd be dead wrong. Because all you have to do is think about it this way. In 1977, was it the first marathon or the second? Not too hard to figure out, right? 1977 would be the second marathon. So it is 43 years later, but don't forget to count the 76 marathon. In 76 it was 1, in 77 it was 2, in 78 it was 3, up to 2019 it was the 44th marathon. So the woman with the 44 name dies in the 44th marathon. The news story on a date with 44 numerology, the month or the day of the month where we always hear about suspicious deaths, and of course kill equals 44. Today's date numerology also has 64 connection, kills 44 and 64. This happened in Ohio. Ohio's the 17th state. A few other things that stand out. Walsh Athletics equals 83. Murder equals 83. The song Murder by Numbers came out in 83. Walsh Athletics also equals 218 like death. The people who do all this stuff, they do it very carefully. She was from the town of Medina or Medina. Value of 46 like sacrifice, like how Genesis 46 begins with a sacrifice. I noticed she went to a Catholic school. I don't know if it's Jesuit, but the Jesuits are killers that work by this code. Something to look into. But no doubt, she was murdered. Who gave her the last water bottle she drank from? That's the question I'd be asking. Arsenic, cyanide, all these things have been used to kill people throughout history because they vanish in record time. There's almost no trace of the murder. And the other big thing is it's Freemasonry that's responsible for this. Freemasonry controls your government, your police, your media, your coroner's office, worldwide. She died on the 139th day of the year, and that's how this stuff goes on without it getting exposed. That's why they had the song Murder by Numbers by the band The Police. Because it's always the police investigating and saying, oh yeah, nothing suspicious. 22-year-old dead in their sleep. I mean, how often have we read that story? 20-something, late teenager, dead in their sleep. Oh, nothing suspicious. Yeah, nothing suspicious about somebody at the beginning of their life dying from something that people at that age don't die from. Like heat exhaustion. These people are being murdered. Who gave her the water bottle? The Gatorade, whatever she was drinking from. Freemasonry is a death cult if you don't know better. Yeah, look into their initiation process. You know, the blindfold, the dagger laying in the coffin, the oaths of secrecy or death. Who's this woman's father? These are all the questions that need to be asked. So, no one died from heat exhaustion. Somebody died from arsenic. And for one more kicker, speaking of arsenic, which is probably what did kill her, arsenic equals 33, just like Cleveland. And if you're not familiar with arsenic on the periodic table, take a good look. Atomic number 33. Atomic number 33 is arsenic. You ever looked into the 33-day Pope? They say he was killed with arsenic. His last day alive was the Jesuit order's birthday. In light of this girl going to a Catholic school, he went to bed on September 27th, which is the Jesuit order's birthday, and he was found dead in his bed September 28th, which was a date with 44 numerology. Let's add it up together. 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 8 more is 19, so we got 19 right there. And then for the year, 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 7 is 17, plus 8 is 25, 19 plus 25 is 44. The kill number. The 33-day Pope. And everyone knows he died from arsenic poisoning. Same way the Jesuits have killed people all throughout history. If you're at Walsh University, send me an email. I'll send you a free copy of my book. It's only $5 for 800 pages. The longest chapter in it's Murder by Numbers. The chapter's over 150 pages long. You can see how many people have been off by this code over the years. It's not always celebrities. Sometimes it's just the wrong person, or I should say the right person in the wrong place with the wrong name numbers. Like this woman with the 44th Gematria for the 44th edition of the Cleveland Marathon. Till next time, True Seeker.